Hello and welcome to this video where we are going to look at the grade band for second and third grade with the New York State Education Department Computer Science and Digital Fluency Standards. In this video, we are going to take a quick look at what the standards are asking and see some activities that could be used for these standards. At any time, you can look at the link that you see at the bottom of your page to be able to see all of the resources from State Ed, as well as their PDF of the standards. Impacts of computing is broken down into 4 sub-concept areas. Impacts of computing is the first of 5 concept areas that the state has identified to cover the standards, but these standards can be done in any order. Society has to do with how we structure our computing to impact our society, or how it can impact the society based on our laws, communities, work, and education. And then when we move on to the next subcategory, it is ethics. Here we're talking about the ethical design and build of our technology, the algorithms, and thinking about the impacts it may have on societies, both intended and unintended. And then we have accessibility, where we're thinking about making sure that our diverse end users are supported. And then finally, we have career paths, where we're looking at different careers that are possible within computer science. On this page, you're going to see a lot of resources. The first QR code is going to take you out to the New York State Education Department examples. These were put together by educators across the state as ways to cover the standards. The center one is the Wakelet collection with a lot of resources well beyond this video that you can look through. And then finally, the QR code on the far right is going to be for the activity books that we're going to dive into today. You can click anywhere on this page in your slide deck to be able to access that page. When we click out to the State Ed Csdf activities and examples, we're going to click on this second book. This is for grade bands 2-3. And when you open up the book, what you're going to do is on the table of contents, you're going to click on impacts of computing. The way these books are set up is you have the concept area of impacts of computing, the sub-concept areas below. So you see those 4 sub-concept areas listed. And then you're going to see the sub-concept area, the standard identifier, and the standard for each of the standards that the state has identified. This one happens to be identify and analyze how computing technology has changed the way people live and work. Within the blue box, you're going to see a clarifying statement, and at the bottom, you're going to see the examples that the state has put together. After this page, you're going to see ideas for use that you could use in your classroom. So this is a great place for you to start to think about what you already do in your curriculum to meet the standards. And these are resources of activities you could actually use in your classroom if you would like. The next standard is under society as well. It's compare and explain rules related to computing technologies and digital information. In the clarifying statement, we're thinking about those rules. So really, just like you go over the rules of being on the playground, you're going to think about the rules when they're using technology. And then we're going to move on to ethics. Here we're going to discuss and explain how computing technology can be used in society and the world. So I really want to flatten the walls of our classroom and talk about how we use technology on a global scale. You're going to see the information, or the ideas rather, at the bottom for you to do. So at any point, you can pause this video and look at them, or click the link and follow along. The next ethics one is identify public and private digital spaces. So here, just like we talk about what you should share and you shouldn't share outside of the classroom or on the playground, or with a stranger versus somebody you know, you're going to have that same conversation in your classroom. Here are some great resources for you again. Then the next one for ethics is identify and discuss how computers are programmed to make decisions without direct human input in daily life. This is a new one that the students from K1 do not have to cover. So this is a new standard that will be introduced at the second and third grade level. And you can see we could talk about how we use our different technologies in a daily life. Again, there's some resources for you to help you out. And then we get to the one standard we have for accessibility, which is identify and discuss factors that make computing device or software application easier or more difficult to use. So you can do some compare and contrast activities. You can have your students decide if they rather use a keyboard or a mouse or a touch screen, and have those conversations about how it helps or hinders how they function. And then after the examples, you're going to get to the last one, which is career paths, where you're going to be identifying a diverse range of roles and skills in computer science. So bring back those techsperts, talk about what it means to be a programmer, have your students do some troubleshooting. Those sort of things are going to help you cover these standards. At any point, if you want to take a look at the standards, please check out the state ed website that is listed on your slide deck on the first page, and take a peek at these resources to help you decide how and when you want to put these standards into your curriculum.